Hey everyone! Welcome back.
We're in the house. We're in the house. What a crazy couple of weeks.
It has been a little bananas couple of weeks. It's been a good couple of weeks.
It's been a great. I want to congratulate you guys on a 2-0 start. Opening up the season versus the Oakland Roots is a tough task, whether it's home or on the road. You guys played them at home and you beat them.
Yeah, so it's our third year for the Stockton Cargo Soccer Club. www.stocktonsc.com for those who want to go get tickets.
Get your tickets now.
Get your tickets today. Yeah. So season tickets are now $40 because we have 4 home games left. So and that's for the entire carload, okay? Yeah. The entire goddamn carload.
So if you had like a bus.
If you had a bus. So if you rented a bus and put 100 people in it, you'd get in for $15. Yeah.
You could drive
15, 15, not 50, 15.
Yeah, you could drive in with a Volkswagen bus.
You could. A cow trailer.
Yeah.
Cow trailers would count.
Horse and carriage.
Horse and buggy, 100%. But no, it's every year we've always started at home versus Oakland. And Oakland's made the playoffs both years. They're back.
And the money. Tell them about the money they get a lot of money.
That whole organization is worth 9 figures. Yeah. They're worth over 100 mil.
They're basically like the Dodgers of the league.
They are the Dodgers of the league, and we are, like the Oakland A's of the league.
I think they're not the Oakland A's anymore. They're
the old Oakland A's.
Yeah.
We're the
Billy
Bean Moneyball
A's.
Oakland A's. That's who we are. So we started always open at home. It's becoming a tradition now. We Oakland home versus Oakland. First year we lost 3-2, very close. Last year we tied 0-0. And this year, first of all, we got an amazing team out this year.
Yeah, no, it's a fun, fast-paced team. I saw them.
Fast.
Fit Lurie was at the game too.
Fit Lurie was at the game and did not come and say hi.
Well, she was busy. She was scared because she said he looks like he's busy. I'm like, well, he's always busy. He's in game mode.
Fit Lurie didn't say that made my heart sad. That Fit Lurie didn't come by and say hi. Sad panda. Anyways, we won 3-1. We won on Saturday 7-1 versus the Olympic Club.
And that used to be the big rivalry. It's not much of a rivalry anymore. You just own them.
Yes. So our next home game, we have San Juan SC, which is a new expansion team in the league this year. We have them on the road this Saturday. Not to be overlooked. You
might do what the Padres did to the Rockies, though.
I'll leave that on you. I'm not going there.
I said that.
It's called karma. Our next home game is going to be Sunday 25th versus our definite big-time rivals from Sacramento. They are the New York Yankees of the USLW League. Cal Storm will be in town. It's Sunday night.
Under the lights, Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day weekend. You're not going to work on Monday.
Yeah.
You're not going to work on Monday. There's no excuse. You need to come out, support your Stockton Cargo, support your undefeated first place Stockton Cargo. And enjoy just a really talented group of young ladies.
A lot of fun.
Not only are they talented, they're just good people too.
Yeah, heck yeah.
They're just good people. So, but we're now 2-0, starting off 2-0. So definitely big 2 weeks in Cargo Land.
You call that a winning streak.
You know who did not have a great week this weekend?
Who's that?
Who is in the news lately because she happened to land Bill Belichick?
Oh, yeah, Hudson.
Jordon Hudson, that's right. Jordon Hudson. She of the, we're not talking about that on the CBS Morning News interview fame. Jordon Hudson was apparently attempting to become Miss Maine, USA.
Which is one of the worst of the misses. I mean, when you're Miss California, that's an accomplishment. When you're Miss Texas, Florida, New York, Miss is Miss Wyoming, Miss Maine, Miss New Hampshire. There's not as much competition.
No, but one of her competitors, we're going to wade into the deep end of a socially controversial topic. One of her competitors was a transgender contestant, Olivia St. Cyr, I believe was her name. The net, the Gram, was basically trying to build this up as the big rivalry between Jordon Hudson and Olivia St. Cyr. And can you guess who I was rooting for?
Olivia St. Cyr.
I was 100% rooting for Olivia to defeat the evil empire that is known as Jordon Hudson.
Well, and Jordon Hudson finished third, right, overall?
She finished third,
yeah.
which is a place worse than she finished the year before. Now, this is not to take away from, look, she entered, she did the swimsuit competition, the evening gown competition. I know I would not do well in either of those, obviously.
No, I mean, I don't think we'd want to see that either.
No one would want to see me in either an evening gown or swimsuit competition. But I am extremely happy that Jordon Hudson did not become victorious.
I am asking you, and I'm putting you on the spot right now because we did not discuss this. So I'm going to ask you, who is going to have a better season? Jennifer Hudson as Miss Maine or Bill Belichick as the North Carolina head coach?
It's got to be Bill Belichick as the head coach because at least he is the head coach. Jordon Hudson is not.
How many wins? How many wins do you think? Can they finish better than third though?
I'll give him 7 wins.
7 wins?
I give him 7.
But they're not going to finish in third place. At least Belichick's girlfriend finished in third.
That's true.
At least
That's true. At least she got. Well, the ACC is hella weak when it comes to football.
So maybe he will be third.
Maybe because of who do you got? Clemson,
Clemson,
Miami,
Duke.
Duke gets one good year every 5 years, and they had their good year last year. Virginia Tech. They will pop up later on in the show for other reasons. Well, kind of sort of related reasons. You got Miami, Virginia Tech, and that's basically it in the ACC. Yeah, it's not. Maybe he may equal his girlfriend's finish and finished in third place.
And do you think he's a one season, one and done, or do you think?
He's one and done. Yeah. I think unless that guy goes undefeated or wins the ACC championship, he's out. Because it's way more headaches for the University of North Carolina than they need. I mean, all they're in the news for lately is Jordon Hudson. They're not in the news for their basketball team, not in their news for their academics. I mean, they're a public Ivy.
Yes.
It's an excellent institution of higher learning. No, they're in the news for Jordon Hudson. So she's gone.
Yeah.
She's gone. Speaking of the Jordon Hudsons and Bill Belichick's of the world, you sent me something about the kind of woman you want to attract.
Yeah, you always want to attract a less drama woman, a woman that kills drama, not creates it.
In other words, the exact opposite of Jordon Hudson.
Yes. You want to find a woman, and this is for every guy out there, you want to find a woman who kills drama, doesn't create it. But for all the men out there, you want to become the man that can attract that. Because a lot of men attract drama.
So here's the thing. And I read what you sent over. To me, that is like the baseline of what you should want in a partner, man or woman.
And somebody, and they have your back.
Yeah.
And they root for you more than you root for yourself.
Oh, yes, 100%.
And when you find that woman, what do?
You better level up, my friend.
Marry that woman. Level up and marry that woman.
You need to level up.
Now, there's not many of them.
Well, look, I am the hopeless romantic here, but I also am self-aware enough to know that relationships these days can take all sorts of shapes and forms. You don't have to necessarily marry that woman. But definitely, a long-term committed relationship,
which is basically marriage. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to go in front of a priest.
By another name. But
lock them down, basically.
You did. You sent that to me, and I'm thinking to myself, this is like baseline. This is baseline, and I think the hard part comes when you find that person. If you aren't on their level, the need to level up to meet where that person is at. Yeah,
you definitely have to work and level it up. I think that I've had women that have rooted for me more than I root for myself.
I have said many wonderful things about my ex-wife on this podcast, and mostly along with the fact that she basically saved my life. Yeah. But one thing she was really great at, and Facebook memories, will always pop up with, oh, hey, this person said this about you on this day. She was really great.
You want that.
When I won a campaign, when I won my political awards, she was like
a cheerleader.
She was great about being a cheerleader, about publicly being a cheerleader, saying, my husband won these awards and it's so great. I admire him for what he does and he's so good at what he does. She was always really good about that. That's something I really, really appreciated about her, and vice versa. In her job, I was 100% supportive. It wasn't as public as hers was because her job wasn't as public.
Yeah.
I mean, she was.
You're in the public eye.
Yeah, I'm in the public eye. But just supporting her in ways. Look, her job took a lot of time. 12 hour days. So to me, it was stepping in to where she doesn't feel like she has to do everything.
Yeah.
Stepping into maybe taking my stepson, her son. If he had an appointment or picking him up from school or, making sure dinner was ready, going to grab dinner, all these things to ease the burden off her because, especially in our relationship, she was a breadwinner. And I did very well for myself, but I mean, she was a high ranking exec at Facebook. I mean, I could have had the best year on the planet and she still would have beat me pants down.
It's like going toe to toe with Jeff Bezos.
It is. It was the marriage version of going toe to toe with Jeff Bezos, and I was not Jeff Bezos. But really, you do need that partner that is going either loudly or quietly, as long as your partner knows, root for you and support you. And so that's a big one. It's really support you in what you want to do and what your dreams are.
Yeah, you want them to root as loud as the Bleacher fans do.
I mean, even I will use an example. The Stockton Cargo. I remember when I first had this absolutely crazy bananas idea. She was, 100% supportive. She probably thought I was crazy. In fact, I know she thought I was crazy. But she was supportive because it was my dream.
Yeah, and you've done it. You've done it well, and it's a lot of work.
It is. It's just a lot of
work. You still get your hair, though. So that's good.
I still have my hair. There's some gray happening there. But, I mean, you see me on game day. It's a lot of work. But
a lot of work, a lot of stress.
When it first happened, she was just, when I first thought of the idea and I was going through the steps with the league to get the franchise, she was extremely, extremely supportive. And I am extremely, extremely appreciative of that. But, like I said, the thing that struck me on what you sent over is that should be a baseline for everyone. Yeah. For everyone. I mean, I once dated someone, this was 8 years ago, who she admitted she went looking for drama to piss me off. Yeah. There was one name that she found that if she called me, she knew it just would start a fight and start drama. And literally, and this is after we split, we dated for maybe 3 months. And then I finally told her, like, I can't.
You're drama.
Yeah. I told her, hey, you're too mean. And you love drama. You love to start shit. And after a while, we ran into each other again. And she basically said, everything I threw you were like totally calm, cool, and collected. Then I found the one thing that just got under your skin, and I just kept on attacking with it. And I looked at her, and I'm like, who does that?
People that love drama, and there are people out there. Avoid them.
Speaking of drama, the Golden State Warriors had their playoff game the other night, and apparently Jimmy Butler was not the only one scoring at this playoff game.
Who else was scoring?
Their general manager was scoring.
General managers in the NBA get a lot of action.
And this one wants to publicly let everyone know that he was getting a lot of action. So for those of you who don't know, it's on the gram, where we basically find everything we talk about. But the Golden State Warriors general manager was basically, it wasn't just a kiss. It wasn't even a kiss cam kiss. Like, this was a full out, let me stick my tongue down your throat and try to find your tonsils makeout session in the middle of a game they lost, by the way.
Yeah, it was not a good night.
It was a good night for somebody.
It was a good night for him. Not a good night for the squad. And I don't know if tonight will be a good night for the squad either. By the way, I have to break the news to you that it's going to be a bad day for the Knicks, too.
No, it's not.
Yes, they're losing 3 straight.
No way. The Knicks are
win
losing 3 straight.
They lose 3 straight, win game 6, and then lose in 7.
No, that is blasphemous.
Sorry.
It's not happening.
Sorry.
Not happening. The Knicks are finally getting their ring.
That is the belief of a Knicks fan right there, ladies and gentlemen. It's been that belief since 1972.
The Knicks are finally getting their ring. The ghost of OJ in Game 7 will finally be exonerated from Madison Square Garden. I still blame OJ for the Knicks losing to the Rockets in
That
1994.
is a fact.
It's 100% fact. 100% fact.
The Knicks were a better team.
The Knicks would have won if OJ didn't get in his white Ford Bronco and decide to take a slow stroll down the 405.
If AC Collins had just gotten the speed limit, the Knicks
Come on,
won.
AC.
They would have won.
Go the speed limit. Patrick Ewing would have gotten his championship. But that segues us into the sports section of this telecast podcast. And I brought it up to you the other day. Top 5 sports themes or entrance songs of all time. Of all time. Do you have your faves? Because I have quite the list.
I have to tell you that the Bulls is the best of all time. Eye in the Sky. That intro to Eye in the Sky. I remember the first time I heard that, and I was like, oh my God. So that is definitely my favorite. I also would say that Trevor Hoffman's Hell's Bells.
Now, I said entrance themes or just themes in general, because that is very important for my list.
Okay.
For my list. So do you have any more?
No, those are my 2 right there.
Okay. First off, we start off with an honorable mention. Now, when I sent this to you, I said sports or WWE.
Okay, entrances.
Honorable mention goes to the entrance for D-Generation X in the WWE circa late 90s. Break it down! Yes. Every time I hear that, I literally
get fired up.
I do.
You get fired up. Even thinking about it, you're fired up.
Yes, awesome. Absolutely awesome. So that is honorable mention. Did not make my top 5. That's pretty phenomenal. So coming in at number 5, have you ever seen the entrance at a Virginia Tech football game?
Oh, yeah.
On ESPN at night.
Yeah.
When they play Enter Sandman. Like, it actually registers on the Richter scale.
And you like that better than Clemson's?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Enter Sandman? Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. Number four is
the Chicago Bulls.
Is the Chicago Bulls series.
How is that not number 1?
It's because I said entrances or themes.
Okay.
Entrances or themes, and also wrestling is included. So, but I will watch that on YouTube from time to time whenever it gets to. And from the University of North Carolina, 6'6" guard Michael Jordan.
Goosebumps.
Just absolute goosebumps. Absolute goosebumps.
Yeah, it's amazing. Whoever came up with that was a genius, by the way.
Number 3. Whenever I hear this, I literally want to say my prayers, take my vitamins, and go fight a communist. It's got to be Real American, Hulk Hogan's entrance song from the 80s in the World Wrestling Federation.
Hulk Hogan,
Are you a real American? Oh, amazing. I get goosebumps. I really do. I want to go take a Flintstones vitamin. I want to say my prayers, and I want to go fight a communist from the Soviet Union. 100%. I just get fired up.
Yeah.
Number 2, you're going to be shocked this is not number 1. At the end of every third quarter, at a home game in the swamp at the University of Florida. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. I won't back down. Yes, Won't Back Down by Tom Petty. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
That's Tom Petty's home.
That is Tom Petty's
You got
home.
me a Tom Petty t-shirt.
I did.
How is that not number 1?
Because number 1 will be a surprise. But Ed is one of those where you just, especially if it's a night game, if it is a night game, everyone turns the flashlight on their cell phones on. And especially if it's a super close game, everyone just starts belting it out. It's just amazing. And it's especially amazing because it's from Tom Petty, whose hometown is Gainesville.
Florida.
He's an East Gainesville product.
Yeah.
Number one. Fit Lurie will be excited that this is number 1. The
Raiders theme.
The autumn wind is a pirate.
Wow, that's a shocker because you hate the Raiders.
But look, every time I see that on NFL films,
It is a great.
I get goosebumps, and I automatically think like
it's 70s football.
Kenny Stabler,
Yeah,
and Daryl LaMonica and George Blanda are going to come right through my front door.
yeah, but they're not. They're not. That's why the Raiders.
I am expecting Ben Davidson to absolutely destroy Bob Greasy on a blitz whenever I hear that. That's just, it's like old nostalgia.
It is. It's
NFL.
an old 70s. Yeah.
It's what you grew up with during the summer watching ESPN in the middle of the day, and they had on NFL films, and it was like the Raiders of the 70s. Like, I can get behind the Raiders of the 70s.
Oh, who couldn't? I mean,
I really could.
Believe it or not, in the 1970s, the Raiders were the #1 football team in.
They were.
The
They were the number one team in the nation. Like them and the Steelers.
Yeah, they outperformed
them. The Steelers and the Cowgirls were the #1 Cowgirls.
Yeah, Cowgirls.
Were the #1. They were the top teams in the NFL.
And then Al Davis managed to ruin that. And Joe Montana came in, and Joe Montana started winning Super Bowls.
You know, I liked the Al Davis of like the 60s and the 70s. So there's this book. It's right there. It's on my bookshelf. It's called Going Long.
Okay.
And it's an oral history of the old AFL.
Oh, okay.
From founding to the end. And they have a section. First of all, do you know Al Davis was the commissioner of the AFL?
Yeah, he was the AFL
when they merged with the NFL. And one of the cool things Al Davis did is he knew the merger was going to happen, so he signed. He had all the AFL league office employees sign long-term contracts. So even if the NFL tried to fire him, they still had to pay him out. And that's cool. That's looking out for your.
He was actually a good dude.
He was a businessman. He was a good dude. Al Davis was a good dude. And I'm not saying this just because some people call me the Al Davis of the USLW League. But it brings back, like, it's just nostalgia, and it takes you back to a simpler time when football was football. And it wasn't like, oh my God, you breathed on Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, it wasn't finesse.
You're getting a 15-yard penalty.
It was hardcore. But I encourage you, because you have a great list there, where you talk to the San Francisco Giants to get better themes for their songs.
Oh my gosh.
They need some help.
First of all, and I know we talked about it already. I know we do. But can LaRussell never be in charge of the 7th inning stretch ever again?
I know that bothered you.
Ever again. It's the 7th inning stretch. It's classic Americana. Give me an organ and give me everyone belting out, take me out to the ball game. Not whatever LaRussell was trying to do.
Yeah, I know you have that situation.
No.
That whole game, we got murdered that game.
We did, probably because LaRussell butchered the 7th inning stretch. Anyway, it is time for the worst week ever.
Worst week. You're not giving it to Belichick's girlfriend?
I'm not. We already picked on her enough at the beginning.
Who are you picking on now?
So there's 2 choices. One goes to LeBron James, who once again got kicked out.
Stay home.
Kicked out first round of the playoffs. And they're already blaming other people. Yeah. There's we got to trade Austin Reeves camp.
Austin Reeves, he's good.
It's a variety.
If anything, if you're not going to blame LeBron James, you have to blame JJ Redick.
Yeah. Yes. So, Braun.
The kid?
No, not the kid. Leave the kid alone.
Braun.
Leave the kid alone. LeBron, look, he's still performing at a very high level.
He is.
He's obviously not 2016 LeBron James.
Well, he's 40.
He's 40 years.
He's still incredible for 40 years old.
He's 9 years younger than me.
Yeah.
I have, I'm just excited to get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah.
So there's him, or for those of us who are soccer heads, there's the owner. Now, this is not, I will not do anything like this, but the owner of Nottingham Forest in the English Premier League. Now, let me give everyone a little background here. So, Nottingham Forest is a team in the EPL. They recently got promoted from the English Championship, which is the second division of the EPL. In English football, they have this thing called promotion and relegation.
Yeah.
Like if the NFL had promotion and
The
relegation,
Jacksonville Jaguars are
the
gone.
Jaguars would be in the UFL right now,
Yeah.
and the St. Louis Battlehawks or the Birmingham Stallions would move up, which is kind of cool.
I would like it like that.
Because then you give teams at the bottom rung something to play for.
Yeah.
It makes it exciting for the fans, makes it exciting for fans of minor league teams saying,
Yeah.
hey, we can move up, through hard work, which is the American way, by the way.
Exactly.
Hard work and ingenuity, you get rewarded, you get moved up to the majors.
And if you're tanking, you get moved down.
Exactly. Love that. Love that. The USL, United Soccer League, the organization the Stockton Cargo is under, is doing that for men's.
Oh, okay.
They are in 2027. They start a first division league, so it'll be first division, second division, third division. Because right now it's USL Championship, USL League One, and there will be promotion and relegation.
That's good. I love it.
You literally could buy a team in USL One, be smart and cagey about things, and in 2 years end up with a major league franchise.
That'd be sweet.
It's amazing.
It'd be good for baseball too if they got rid of the Rockies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Nottingham Forest is currently, in the top 5 in the EPL. They have clinched being in the Europa League.
Yeah.
Which is, for those who know European soccer, there's Champions League. Everyone knows Champions League. Champions League, Europa League. You're playing against other teams from Europe. Nottingham Forest hasn't played European soccer in any of those, competitions for over 20 years.
Okay.
They tied. They tied. Had a tie this past weekend on Sunday, and clinched a spot in Europe. Not Champions League, but they clinched a spot in the Europa League. You'd think they'd be happy. No. The owner actually stormed on the field and got in the coach's face. Mind you, this coach, Nuno dos Santos, has done an outstanding job with what he has in Nottingham Forest to finish in the top 5 in the EPL. And what does the owner do? Like a petulant child, gets in his face. And they had a picture of it. First of all, dude dressed like an owner. I mean, even I dress better at cargo games than this guy dressed. He had like a baggy shirt and sweats on.
Eesh.
Yeah, it was a bad look. And he's getting in his head coach's face. If I was that head coach, I'd be like, are you kidding me? I've done a bang-up job with your team.
I can get a job somewhere else.
I'm about to get your team into Europe, where you're about to make money hand over fist. If a soccer team gets into European competition, it's like they start printing their own money.
Yeah.
And you're going to get in my face? Nottingham Forest, your owner, officially has had the worst week ever.
Bam.
Everyone, it's been fantastic as always. We will see you next time on the Lucas and Lee Podcast.